4.6. Perform operations with complex numbers.
I was about to ask you when your birthday was, but then I remembered you had all the photos of.
Good job, Zach.
Her birthday was like last month.
I thought it was last month. Yes, only the 12th.
That makes sense.
I know, I'm not happy about
You want a monkey eraser?
We just started school.
It's not an eraser.
Is
it?
Oh, sure it is.
What? Oh, monkey eraser. I'm not.
Why is he yellow?
You
got a problem with that?
He's blazing.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, are you getting confused by the eyes?
Okay. Imagine eating.
I ate some
I
pie,
ate
and it was
some
very
pie
good.
and it was very good.
Wait, imagine.
What?
Imagine.
I ate some pie and it was very good.
How does that end? And it was very.
And
Wait.
it was.
I ate some.
You want me to change it to?
Hang on,
It's
hang on.
because you ate the wrong one. You can only eat the black one. Hang on. Shepard, only eat the black one.
I ate some pie and it was very good. You sure you did the notes?
Can I go home?
I thought
No.
you were just writing that stuff to.
I didn't know if that was an I or a J though.
I thought she was just writing that stuff.
What are you talking about?
No, it kind of looked like a. I swear it looked like a J, so I started writing it as a J, like a backwards
It's
J.
the square root of -1.
No, but the little symbol for it and the notes.
It's I.
It's an I.
Imaginary.
Okay, we're just gonna jump into examples.
It actually it looked like a backwards J.
Imagine
R
eating
squared
some pie.
equals -624. How do I solve this?
Take the square root. R equals.
Take the square root of both sides, so I get R equals what?
I times the square root of.
Nope, back up. How do I write it?
Square root of -64.
Square root of R equals the square root.
I.
What happens when I take the square root?
You got to.
I said this yesterday. I said don't forget to do this.
Hold on.
The whole section yesterday was about this.
Oh, positive and negative.
Plus or minus.
Dang it!
Is that my pencil?
Now, the negative inside. Okay, we can't have a negative under a radical, so to take that out, we take out an I. So this is plus or minus I root 624. Can I break down 624?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You could go the long way and take out 2. Or you could take out a 20.
2 and what?
3 and a
3, 1,
312.
312.
And 312 breaks into?
a billion. You can hold
Stop,
out
Daniel.
a 2 again.
156.
104 and 3.
206 and
156 and 2.
106 and 2.
Dang it.
I think he was worth 2.
And then you could take that into a
52. 2 and 52.
2 and 52.
Yeah.
And you could break that 52 into a 2 and
26.
a 41. 26. Yep.
2, 13.
And then 2 and 13. And then 13's prime because it's a
Alright, so I can take out,
Cog.
I have a group of 2s. Group of 2s. I'm left with a 3 and a 13 inside. So R equals plus or minus 4I times the square root of 39.
Oh, I broke my pencil.
It's unfortunate.
I have a
Very
ringing in my ears.
You have a penny?
Ringing.
What goes to the penny?
Squishy boys plus 1. Ooh, that's a funky way to write it out.
See, that's why I thought it was a backwards J.
It's because imaginary is written as a curvy I.
I thought it was a backwards J.
Why does that make more sense than an I to you?
Because it looks like a backwards
Did you
J.
listen to the notes?
No.
So that's why. You need to listen.
But it's a.
I say things in the notes that are very important. I don't just write everything down.
Normally I listen, but this morning I was trying to get.
I don't, Ryan.
Yes, I do.
S squared minus 22 equals negative 112. What would I have to do first?
Plus the 22 on each side.
Get rid of the 22.
S
No.
squared equals what?
squared equals
90.
90.
Negative.
Negative. Thank you. Now, square root of both sides gives me what?
S equals positive or minus square root of negative 90.
All right. Now,
90 breaks into a big 9 and a 10. And then you get
3 and 30. 30 breaks into.
65.
5 and a 2.
Do we need to
Fine.
I'm
take
gonna
the
do
eye out first?
3
or
and 10.
do-
No, I usually do it all at the end. I was just doing it in the first one to make sure we saw what was happening step by step. 10 is 2 and 5, so I can take out a group of 3's. Left with 10. So S equals plus or minus 3I from the negative inside square root of 10.
Oh, I gotta figure out how to write that.
It's a backwards J.
It's literally just a line down with a curve. It's like a candy cane.
I know, it's like
It's like
weird.
It's like a
J.
capital J, but
It's like
with
an
a
L.
lowercase.
It's like a J.
Half uppercase, half lowercase.
Look, J goes like this.
So it's backwards.
Wait, I've been writing my J's wrong this whole time.
How have you been writing your J's?
Okay.
like an L.
That seems like an elementary problem, not an algebra 2 problem.
Wait, no, I just wrote it right this time.
All right, number 10. 3p squared plus 7 equals negative 9p squared plus 4.
Whoa.
All right, what do we think that needs to happen here?
We need to get all the p's on one side and all the not p's on the other side.
Yep,
You mean
so
P squared?
I get 12p squared equals negative 3.
Oh, he's right.
Divide by 12. P squared equals negative 3 over 12, which is 1/4.
Oh, I got that right. Boom.
P equals plus or minus square root of negative 1/4. Remember, you can split the radical if you want instead of having like one full radical. You can have two separate ones. What would the square root of 1/4 be?
1/8. 1 half.
1/2. And we have the I, so P equals plus or minus 1/2 I. And I want you to get used to writing it like this with like the I after. Don't write like I over 2.
Why wouldn't the I come before the 1/2 like it did in the other ones?
Because no, it didn't.
It didn't
That's the
come
square
before
root.
it.
Remember, if you have anything left in the square root, that comes after.
Technically, even if there's a square root, the I should go at the end to be in standard form, but it gets a little bit confusing, so that's why I normally write it in front. All right. Jumping to write the expression as a complex number in standard form. 12. Six minus 3i plus 5 plus 4i. So, just like terms, we can only add things that don't have i's together and then things that do have i's together, and it has to be written in standard form, which is a plus bi. So it needs to be written like this when it's all said and done. So I have 6 plus 5, and then negative 3i plus 4i.
So would it just be plus I?
Yep. Plus I.
Oh, I got that right.
Now, the ones that are minus are the ones you have to watch out for, like where they're subtracting. So 14, negative 2 minus 6i minus 4 minus 6i. So negative 2 minus 4 is
Negative 6.
negative 6. And then negative 6i minus negative 6i is
0.
0. So this would end up being 0i. So it's just negative 6.
Oi.
That's just me.
Hurt my feelings a lot, right?
Now, I will say probably the biggest mistake on this is people not paying attention to the middle sign. That's why you'll notice I'm saying negative 6i minus negative 6i. So when you're going through the problem, I would recommend you do the same thing, like, don't say it out loud, but like in your head, be saying that, not that. 16. 8 plus 20i minus negative 8 plus 12i. So 8 minus negative 8 is
Positive 8.
16. 20 minus 12i is
20 minus 12i is 8i. Zach, chill, please.
so 16 plus 8i.
This is really hard.
16 plus.
Right.
Now, I don't remember if this was in your notes, and even if it was, it's a good refresher. So we have I squared, I cubed, and I to the fourth. Was this in your notes?
Yes.
Okay. So I is obviously just I squared is negative 1. I cubed is negative I. And I to the fourth is 1. So I could give you something like I to the 27th. And with knowing just this piece of information right here, you could tell me what that's equal to.
I to the 27.
Negative I.
Right? It's a pattern.
What? So I said
No.
So-
I'm wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Negative I.
That's so magical.
Wait, I got lost. What the heck just happened?
So,
So-
it repeats itself over and
so
over again.
I
like that.
Yep, so like I to the 5th, I to the 6th, I to the 7th, I to the 8th.
so be like
Keeps going.
So I and I to the cubed
I is
are
I.
opposites.
So I is I squared.
Yes.
I would
So what would negative I be? It'd be I cubed? Do they go both ways?
Yes.
So then, would I be equal to I to the 5th?
Yes.
Wait.
What?
So
And I to the 9th.
I to the
What?
I to the 7th would be
And I to the 13th.
Is there any reason to this, or is it just because some old guy liked it?
I mean, there is, but I don't. I didn't study that.
If you multiply negative 1 by I, which makes I squared times I,
Yes.
it's just negative I.
Correct.
And then negative 1 times negative 1 is 1.
Please stop.
If we want to get technical, this is the square root of negative 1. But we write it as I. Okay, anyways, all that to say, we're moving into multiplying now.
Was that the easy part?
What is this about?
You say, was that the easy part?
Oh, what was that?
22. 6i times 3 plus 2i.
Not what I said.
Drake's cool.
Alright, so we do this just like we would distribute. So 6i times 3 is 18i. 6i times 2i would be 12i squared. But we can't leave it like that. I squared is negative 1. So this becomes negative 12. So what I usually do is I just mark through it and write negative 12 like that. And that'll be more relevant when we get to the later problems in this section that are more in depth. Then it's got to be written in standard form. So negative 12 plus 18i. If you do not write it in this form, you will get it marked wrong.
Plus 12 I squared.
I need to remember this. Okay,
So it's
1 second. Don't change the screen yet. I'm big writing. Oh no!
12.
Could you
It's
just go
still
just
right
a little
there.
bit back up?
But
Oh, he needs the
8.
number thing.
So, but
It should have already
I'm
been in your
writing it really,
notes.
really-
Yeah,
It is in
we
my
did
notes,
write the
but I want to
numbers.
write it like super big so I remember it.
Plus 18.
I like thinking about it like it's like a clock moving, like, and like how.
Daniel, I don't know how to tell time.
Where'd you get a clock?
I don't believe in clocks anymore after I saw this one.
Okay.
You don't believe in them.
Wait,
You believe in time.
does that mean
I mean, I
Not
don't
after
know.
I to the 4th is 1 up there? No.
Okay.
I really.
I really thought.
Did you watch
Okay, I got it now.
It could be. That's just not what that clock is.
Clock or clock?
There's a lot of ways to get 1.
7 plus negative 6.
Alright. There's not one like this that's an even one, so I wanted to work one like this for you. So this is just foiling. Okay, like we did in whatever that was, 4.2. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2i is 4i. Negative 3i times 4 is negative 12i. Negative 3i times 2i is negative 6i squared. Negative 6i squared is equal to what?
Negative I squared would be
-1. I remember that one.
Wait.
What do we?
Which is positive 6.
It would be +6.
squared negative.
So this
Daniel.
is this piece becomes positive 6 because I squared is -1. Negative 6 times -1 would be positive 6. So in standard form, 8 plus 6 is 14. 4i minus 12i is negative 8i. And that would be your answer.
Whoa! I'm so happy for us. I just stabbed myself with my pencil when I was clapping.
That really hurt.
Zach, what are you doing?
Okay.
All right, 24. 1 minus I cubed.
So 1 minus I cubed, which means that we would have to QB everything in there. So it'd be
It'd be positive I.
His back built like a
1 minus I.
No, it's 1.
But then-
1 plus I.
Yeah, does that make sense? Because it's minus 1.
1 plus I.
1 plus I.
No cap, I did that too.
So y'all are doing this, correct?
negative.
Yes.
That's
Can't
not
do that.
math.
It's not allowed to do that.
Wait a second.
That's not math. This
It
means
should be.
1 minus I times 1 minus I times 1 minus I.
So 3 times 1.
Hence why I do this problem, because people tend to do what y'all just did.
I didn't do anything.
Now, 1 minus I times 1 minus I is what?
1 minus I.
A negative I.
No, negative.
Looking for a word.
I cubed.
Irrational.
Or multiple words. 3 words.
Imaginary
Square
square
trinomial.
It's a perfect square
I
trinomial,
don't
so
know what
what
that
does
is.
this...
I was joking.
So, what does this multiply into, this
Imag-
first 2?
Imaginary.
One.
I
First.
1 squared.
Okay, so 1.
Wait.
Wait, and then I is
Plus
I to the 6th.
Minus 2I.
Yes.
What? I. I.
Squared.
Squared.
Plus the last term squared, I squared.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
This is how I know how to do it.
I squared is what?
Negative
-1. So, I have 1 minus 1. That's
It's
just
0.
gone. So negative 2I times 1 minus I. So
Oh.
basically, I just made your life easier.
And
So negative 2I times this gives me negative 2I plus 2I squared.
minus I.
2I squared is
-2.
negative 2. So I rewrite this negative 2 minus 2I.
Okay.
Can we do one as the exact same thing, but instead of 1, we have a different number?
Instead of 1, can it be 0?
Can we do like 3 instead? Or like, maybe not 3, that's a big number
I
too.
miss coloring sheets.
0. I miss speed drills.
We can do this as a speed drill.
No.
No.
I mean,
I'm the slowest mathing
addition,
person ever.
addition speed drills.
I would win, but I'd get them all wrong.
I still count on my fingers. And sing multiplication songs I learned in 3rd grade.
What if at like 3 o'clock in the morning I come into your room and I chop off your fingers?
I'll count on my toes.
No.
I'll
There you
count
go,
on my
Shepherd.
nubs. Alright, do it, Shepherd.
Only Shepherd will have to do this.
Nope, everyone do it on your own paper.
Thanks, Shepherd.
You're welcome.
Ask me the answer and I'll give you the answer.
What's the answer?
I don't know.
Okay, cubed. So you would have to write a.
You're doing this on your own paper. We're not talking out loud.
Uh-oh. So once we foil the first 2, do we foil the
Foil?
3rd one?
Yep.
How do we foil a trinomial by a binomial?
Simplify it.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I can do this. I'm not
I
crying.
minus 2. What can I take out of that? I can take out a.
Yes, because I'm a genius.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. Just want that to really shake it for
So that's really negative.
Wait a second. That's not. I forgot that my square root equals -1.
What is on my back?
Little green baby.
I thought my back was twisted.
I'm so lost. When can we go over it?
Once it looks like everyone's made a solid attempt at it.
I think you foil. Wait a second.
Yeah.
If you have like x plus x time and then parentheses x plus x, could you still foil all that? Would you still be able to foil?
X plus X is 2X.
I mean, not like. Should I foil that? 4j or 4I plus 3 parentheses.
Well, if it's not in parentheses, then it's only what's touching it. But you
So
don't
I
have it written right.
distribute.
You don't have it written right, which is why it looks like that.
You're right. So I don't know how to.
Okay, my problem is I keep seeing I as like 1 and it's not working out.
-1.
Okay, so then combine it and you'll have.
Okay. -1.
But the other thing, you do know how to multiply that because we superfoiled in 2.2.
Superfoil.
They don't even remember what superfoil
so
is.
Yeah, I know
you
I'm
need to
wrong.
simplify.
Simple. Oh, okay.
Negative
Yes,
j
ma'am.
is j
So I was right. I was just almost right.
Oh,
I don't think I got it right. I got j cubed minus 6.
How do we superfoil?
Look.
Okay.
I did that too.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to foil.
No.
He's stuck. Wait, Mrs. Queen.
I should have brought 2. Oh, wait, there's a rhinoceros.
-6.
Sticky rhinoceros.
Wait.
Zach's not supposed to do that.
Wait. 8
Daniel, why
I.
is the Tesseract under desk?
11 I.
All right.
Why is there
Wait,
a
I got
Tesseract
it.
under your
Was
desk?
it negative
it's not a
4
test,
I
right?
squared 11 I minus 6?
You should
Can't
learn
have an I
superfoil
squared
too.
in the answer.
You should look at it.
Oh no.
You
it's
can
not.
never have an I squared in your answer because I squared is what?
Negative 1.
-1. So you always replace I squared as -1. So
So wait.
when you multiplied it first, we had a perfect square trinomial with 2 of them. So that gave you I squared minus 4I plus 4. I squared is -1. So that was 3 minus 4I times I minus 2. Then FOIL, 3I minus 6 minus 4I squared plus 8I. -4I squared is positive 4. Simplify -2 plus 11I.
I got that.
I squared.
Do we have to show the steps in red?
Yes. That's how you get a credit.
Can we
Zach,
just
you
do
don't show
that
your
in
work.
red?
Look.
You can do it in your head, but I would advise with some of the problems we're going to do later that you write it down. But
My problem is when 1 is multiplied by 1, it stays the same. But like I keep accidentally writing like 2I times I, and then I just write 2I because it's like I need to start viewing it as like an X type because that's what I'm confusing.
yeah, I is basically a variable. Like, yes, it's a number, but it's a variable for all intents and purposes.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what I did wrong.
All right, 26. -2I raised to the 4th. So
Wait.
this one, there's only one piece in here. So I can put the 4 on the power of 4 on both things. So -2 raised to the 4th, I to the 4th. What's -2 to the 4th?
16.
What's I to the fourth?
I4.
1.
So 16 times 1 is 16.
That was easy.
I'm getting mixed up on what a imaginary number is.
So I equals I.
Is it
I.
like, is it just a placeholder?
It's imaginary.
Like I know it's imaginary. I'm just getting mixed up.
What do you mean, what is an imaginary number? It's just I.
So what's the point of it being there? What does it represent?
The square root of negative 1.
Okay.
All right, we're going to pause there because if you can't do this stuff, you aren't going to be able to do the rest of the section. So,
Don't screw this section.
3, 9, 13, 17, 23, and 25, you need to work on for the remainder of class.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow, we will finish this section, which is dividing complex numbers. So, I would suggest that you finish all of these problems I've given you, which it's only 6. You should have more than enough time to do that, so that tomorrow you're not even more confused when we move into division of complex numbers.
I miss when we had regular numbers.
Does that mean the notes for tomorrow?
I miss when letters weren't in math.
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I would advise that the notes for 4.7 be done tonight. Actually, I don't think there are notes because it's completing the square.
There are not
So
4.7 notes.
Not.
that will be on Thursday.
Whoa.
Completing the square, which tends to be everyone's like least favorite topic in the world. So, which it's actually not hard once you are used to it.